going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we are back here on the OG tier list rankings maker. We've got another tier list. It's actually been a while since we've done one of these, but hey, I thought there's really no better time than with the Cricket World Cup, the 2023 ODI WC coming up in 5th of October. Gee whiz, I'm not very good at mathematics, but I want to say that's 20 something days away, around that time. So hey, if you are new around here, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and comment down below if you agree with my rankings or not. Of course, this is all just opinion based. If you completely disagree, let me know. If you agree, then also let me know. But hey, we're just going to jump straight into this one. I'm going to explain to you the tiers that I've made. Title contenders, it's pretty self-explanatory. Should go deep. Now, that's not in the bedroom, that's in the tournament. So should go deep, should be a big chance to win that trophy. I was kind of undecided if I was going to either have this tier or this tier, but I've decided to keep them both in. 50-50, again, self-explanatory. You're a 50-50 chance in my books. And this one's probably one of my personal favorites. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. So if you've seen that famous meme of like a football manager, he goes, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. If you haven't seen it, that's what it is. So anyways, I'll edit that out. And then the last one, my personal favorite, what are we having for lunch? Obviously, you know, there's a few less nations here who might get bashed around. We hope not, but we've seen it happen at World Cups before. Especially when it's 50 overs, it's pretty easy to get rolled out and just look forward to lunch. So we've included that. Let's get into it. Let's get straight into it. The first team off the rank is Pakistan. Now, you know what? Before the Asia Cup, I would have said that they were either here or here, but not anymore. I want to say they're in between here. They're almost in here, but because they do play those spinning conditions well, they do have players who I want to say should go deep. Now, if you're a Pakistan fan, of course, the recent events, you got thrashed by India and then you got beaten by Sri Lanka in the Asia Cup. Bit of a heartbreak for those fans, but, there was those things that happened with Baba and Afridi, but it seems that all of that has been patched up because I think they got married yesterday, so that's good to see. They should go deep. Pakistan should go deep in the tournament. They have the spinners equipped for it. They have the batting order. The bowling lineup has taken a bit of a hit. Naseem Shah, Haris Rauf. We don't know if they're going to be fully fit or not. So a bit of a hit there, but they should go deep. All right, moving on to England, okay, the defending champions of the ODI World Cup, England. Obviously, we don't really count 2019. That was more of a robbery. And New Zealand are my real champions. So, yeah, I guess they're defending champions on a legality, but not in my books. Where do they go? Look, they're pretty good, aren't they? I mean, they should be around here too, I want to say. I almost want to move Pakistan down to a 50-50, but England, they're a title contender in my book. They've got so many players that have been a part of the IPL. They know those Indian conditions quite well. Livingston, Bairstow, Butler, Joe Root, like all of them have been there. I think I said Livingston as well. Like they have got their top order. Harry Brook obviously doesn't have an amazing record in India, but he'll be a part of that team. They've got Adil Rashid, who's a quality spinner. I'm just trying to think of their entire lineup. They've got the pace attack ready, so they should be title contenders. If you're the defending champions, it doesn't really matter where you're playing. You should probably be a damn contender. As much as that hurts the soul to put England in a contender, it kind of sets them up for failure. So if England don't make it through to the Super Fours, this will be a good prediction because that'll make me feel good inside. All right, Team India next. Now, this is probably a bit early. I didn't want to go too early on the host nation. I wanted to keep them till last, which I'm going to do. I'm going to leave them for a little bit later. Afghanistan. Rashid Khan. Is he still the skipper there? I can't even remember. They have a few. Naveen ul Huq's been added to that. They've got Zadran at the top. I'm not completely tapped in with the Afghanistan cricket team, but of course I've watched plenty of them. They've got just arguably the best spinners a part of the competition. So that's going to be their main way to win here. Afghanistan is Can they spin to win? Can they just completely dismantle teams with Rashid, Majib, Nabi, those sorts of guys? They're going to rely heavy on them at the top of the order as well. So, yeah, I don't know. They're probably in here for me. Sometimes maybe good, and sometimes maybe shit. You know what? That team, I think that explains it quite well. Sometimes they are good, and sometimes they are shit. All right, moving on. Bangladesh. Now, before the Asia Cup, my predictions was that Bangladesh would have a really big ODI World Cup or a big Asia Cup. They didn't have a great Asia Cup, and now they're going to have to look to bounce back in the ODI World Cup here. A few injury concerns, a few little niggles around the squad, but nonetheless, I feel like they're going to have close to their strongest squad. Shakib, Das. Is Das even a starting 11 member? That's just my pure knowledge on not knowing the Bangladesh team enough. Mustafiza Rahman, is he going to be available? I'd hope so. Yeah, Tuscan Ahmed. I'm trying to think of all the guys who play there. Mahedi Hassan Miraz, one of my personal favourites from that team. So they've got the names, they've got the squad. It's just, can they gel together at the right time? So for me, this is a tough one. I don't know if they're in between here, but I'm going to say sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit, okay? Now, I love Bangladesh. I love Bangladesh's colours. They always have the best kits almost, but I've got to be honest, there's no bias here. In saying that, Australia, title... No. Look, all right, so, keeping bias aside, Australia. Let's get on to my home nation. Where should we be? If you're a big watcher of this channel, you would know that I am not a big believer in our white ball setup, especially in 50 overs. Honestly, since 2015 World Cup, we've had lots of problems in this format with injury issues, getting all-rounders right. You know, it was Marsh or Stoinis in the past, but now we've got both of them. Maxwell's in the team. We were always kind of pinning him to be the finisher, but now we've got other options. It's a weird squad that's got lots of talent, but you know, they haven't been playing together for that much. I mean, we just had a massive tour in South Africa where barely any of the starting 11 players were actually there, like playing together. Like there was no Marsh, there was no Stark, there was no Camo. Hoff was there for a little bit, didn't play that much. There was just too much uncertainty. So, you know, we do have 3 big games coming up against India in the next coming days, but we should go deep. Yeah, we should go deep. I mean, if we do not make the Super 4s, then you can fucking just, I don't know, I will dead set cry, because after we didn't make the Super 4s in the T20 last year, and then the ODI World Cup in 2019, that was not a good display for us. We really need a bounce back here. Is Steve Smith going to lead us to glory with his big slong and big batting? I really hope so. So should go deep, but I'm not putting it past us. It would not surprise me if this is where we are at by the end of the tournament. All right, let's go. No, you know what? Let's do Netherlands. Let's do the Netherlands. What are we having for lunch, lads? Look, I did kind of make that category for them. I think they have a player called Van Meek. That's really all I know. So, look, shout out to the Netherlands. They have just a beautiful orange and blue colour. Let's be honest, the Netherlands have been surprising a lot of us over the last few years, qualifying for World Cups, kind of like Namibia. But I think you've got to be pretty honest with yourself. Netherlands, they're an amateur sort of squad, and I would love to see them prove me wrong. I would love to see them win 3 games and qualify for the Super 4s. Like, that would make me happy. I just have a hard time seeing that happen, eh? So, what's for lunch? I don't know what the national food is in Netherlands, but I'm going to say maybe some, like, pasta or... Netherlands. Netherlands. I don't know. What the hell do they do in the Netherlands? There's a lot of tall people there, so maybe they drink a lot of milk? I'm really unsure. All right, moving on. Let's do Team India now. Let's not waste any more time. Team India, the host nation, have to be a title contender. They've just won the Asia Cup in an ODI format on what is going to be very similar conditions to India. So, yeah, title contenders. I don't really have to explain much there. Bumrah's back, Siraj is on fire. They've got that bowling combo, which is shored up now. They've got Jadu. They're going to have Ashwin possibly a part of it, so that's the spinning tied up, along with Kuldeep. So you've got the bowling attack right. You've got that batting order, Kohli, Rowett, Gill. Is Iyer or KL going to be a part of that? They've got... they've just got so many options. Like, a part of that squad, Ishan, is he going to find himself? Surya as an X factor? There's so many options for that team. And yeah, title contenders in my eyes. I mean, I've been saying this before the Asia Cup, that I still think India should be the favourites with England for this World Cup. So nothing's really changed my opinion there. If someone got injured, then I would probably question it. But yeah, they're looking pretty strong. No Rinku Singh. That's a little bit disappointing, but yeah, that's okay. Anyways, Rinku, he'll be there next year in the T20 World Cup. New Zealand, the Kiwis. Okay. Now, interesting, because I think we heard recently that Tim Southee is dealing with a hand injury, which is, I mean, not great news. You know, he's a pretty good bowler, Tim Southee, isn't he? So you don't want Trent Boult to be that lone seamer, really. So that's a big loss if that happens. Kane Williamson is coming back from a 12-month surgery. We don't know how he's going to look. They've got a few uncertainties, the Kiwis, don't they? So I'm unsure where to put them, but they're always a team that is always there at the tail end. They are always competing. They're always thereabouts. So I find it hard to not have them in the should go deep. And you can't even really see their logo because it's black, because it blends in with the black here. But hopefully you guys can see it. Oh my God, where do we put them? Where do you guys think the Kiwis go? They should go deep, right? They should. They should be going deep. If you're a New Zealand fan, they should be going all the way to near the Super Fours. Like, obviously only, 4 teams can qualify at the end, but they should still be around the mark. Or is it Super Sixes in the World Cup these days? What the fuck do they even do it by? Let's have a look. Hold on. I'll let all of this out. You won't see any of this. Just let me double check this. Do they have the final game set up yet or what? Here we go. It's a semi-final. Yeah, okay. So it is the Super Fours that you do end up making through. Of course, only 4 teams can. But I think this bunch of 5 teams here should. Next up, the Proteas. Now, they have just beaten Australia 3-2 in a comeback series on home soil. Different conditions, but they impressed me a hell of a lot. Clarke is just a different animal. Keller Miller, he dominates in Indian conditions. Quinny de Kock, is he going to be playing? Probably not. I didn't even think about that. Who else is amongst that team? There's so many good. Dustin's amongst it. They've got the GOAT, Temba Bavuma. They've just got so many, you know, they really do rely a lot on that batting order. They've got Janssen, who's played a lot in Indian conditions, so he'll do a bit with the bat, a lot with the ball. I don't think Nordiki's going to play, which is disappointing. They've got Rabada, Ngidi. So they've got the bowling, they've got the seaming, they've got Imran Tahir. Is he going to bowl? I don't really know what their bowling is looking like, their spinner, but I assume Tahir is still around. I don't know. Maybe I'm stuck in 2019. The Proteas, they're going to go on the 50-50 for me. They're not here. They're not here, but I feel like they're still in the middle. So honestly, before they beat Australia in the series, I would have probably had them here. But I think they get a little upgrade. I think they've been a lot more impressive in these last... Well, really just their last 3 games against Australia, which is what we're going off here. The only one change that I would potentially make is Pakistan down, South Africa up. That's kind of the only change that I can make here, but I'm going to stick with my guns and yeah, I think South Africa, they have the talent, they have the 11, but I don't think their depth is very good. So if they get 1 or 2 injuries or 2 players out of form, it's going to be trouble. So, you know, they're going to need guys like Temba to fire because he's not been in great form either. So, yeah, 50-50 for mine. And the last nation, Sri Lanka, they did get bowled out for 50 in the Asia Cup final, which is never good. It's never nice. Is Hasaranga going to play? Because I'm not going to lie, it heavily upset me not seeing Hasaranga out there for Sri Lanka during the Asia Cup. I honestly don't know if he's going to be playing. It also sounds like Shanaka might be stepping down as captain as well, which comes out of nowhere. Like, I spoke about Shanaka in my videos in the Asia Cup, and I said he's been playing like shit and that his captaincy has been pretty shit. And now he's getting released as captain? I'm sorry, Sri Lanka. I didn't know you guys watched my videos, but anyway. So, I have to do it. No, I'm joking. All right, so where do Sri Lanka go? I'm going to put them here. Now, this is in no particular order, by the way. This is not any particular order. Like, it doesn't matter. They're just all in the same category. So, my reasoning behind that is a few injuries. Their pace bowling attack has been just completely dismantled by injuries. Unsure if they're going to get Thikshana back. Unsure if Hasaranga's going to come back. Their spinning depth is just not looking good. They're going to rely on, De Silva to bowl, Walalagi to be those main spinners. It's just, Walalagi, impressive, but he's not a guy who's going to lead you at a World Cup at the age of 20. So, few question marks. Rajitha, is he going to play? I think he's got to come back. They've got plenty of pace options. Paddy Rana's amongst it, who's got good records in India. But yeah, they're going to need something out of Shanaka. Kusal's going to have to fire at the top as well. And yeah, almost a 50-50 for mine, which I'm actually going to put them there. That's unfair of me. Sorry, Sri Lankan fans. That is unfair of me. They definitely are a 50-50 the more I think about it. Just slightly ahead of Bangladesh is where I have them, but I don't think they're too far off each other. But hey, that's my rankings. Final look, I feel comfortable with it. If I was going to rank them in order, I'd probably still have England first, huh? I mean, defending champions, you have to do it. Butler, he'll fire. So India second, I feel comfortable with. Australia third. Ooh, no, I don't. Ooh, hold on a minute. I don't know if I do feel comfortable with us in third. I want to say, yeah, maybe we are third. Yeah, I think we are third, just looking at it now, because I'm like, neither of these two are better than us at the moment, I think. So, I'm going to say, yep. I'm going to put Pakistan in front of New Zealand. I almost want to put South Africa here, but they only played 3 good games, so I don't want to go too early, but yeah, I'm feeling pretty comfortable with this. I'm just going to move Bangladesh there. And yeah, that is how we're going to finish off my 2023 tier list rankings. The full 10 teams. No Namibia, no Zimbabwe. Pretty upsetting, to be honest. Those are 2 of my favourite nations, but we know that David Weiss and the boys will be back. Andy Flower and the lads, they'll be back. Gonna cap that one off here. Let me know if you guys agree with my rankings, if you disagree, if you need to put some hateful comments about where I've put your country. Let it all out. Let your frustrations in the comments, but let's remember, this is just opinion-based, and this is just totally me honestly having a guess, because I'm not a fucking fortune teller, and I don't know what's gonna happen. What I would love to happen, I might wait until my predictions video for that. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see everyone in the next one.